Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Kalpana and you're watching Kalpavriksha Farms. Usually I share content about my farming journey, but today's video is going to be something different, but very much related to my farm. This is about decorating. I know you're wondering what has farm and decorating have to do, but there are so many elements on the farm. Apart from just the cultivation part and other things, there is so much beauty on the farm, and I've been constantly trying to incorporate that in my everyday lifestyle. Apart from the produce and the cooking and everything else, the decor part was a very big I get inspired by the things that I find on the farm, sometimes weeds. And if you've watched my social media or you follow my Instagram post, you'll see that there's a lot of mention about the weeds that are growing on my farm, because they are so beautiful. And I always try to see how can I make them a part of my everyday life. And very recently, only during this COVID times, actually I came across decorating using dried grass, the pampas grass, and so many different plants that are dried to use it as decor in your flower vase and everything. And that kind of look was so beautiful, and once I got inspired by it, I just couldn't stop. And then every time I looked around, I was able to see so much beauty and so much potential just on my farm. There were reeds that were growing everywhere. We were weeding it and trying to throw it away, and then suddenly I had a new set of eyes to see the beauty in them. And that is how I decided, I'm going to start using most of them. I was decorating, but I was very specific about the beautiful and colorful plants, to use them for my home decor. But I started looking at weeds and anything that is growing around on my farm as a potential piece of decor. So today I am going to share a few things that I found on my farm, and I hope I can inspire you to look away from the cut flowers and the exotic things that we find to be more useful for decorating, and we kind of don't see the potential in what's around us, in our neighborhood and in our locality. So my decor inspiration today is fully and completely from my farm. And of course, I will also share some things which I got from somewhere else, but mostly from my farm. And it is so local and so sustainable that you could actually have your home filled with these decor pieces every now and then, if you're going to look at just your farm or your garden for inspiration. So let my ideas that I'm going to share today with you be something that would inspire you to not look away from that ordinary plant that you never thought was had the potential for a decor piece, right? So I hope I am able to do that because that's my only prime motive behind this particular video, because I see so much beauty around on my farm. And when I started gathering around and going around, everything which was literally thrown out, basically weeds, right? Only weeds. I'm talking about just weeds today, or things that have been cut down and thrown because it's not needed anymore for the farm. So those are the pieces I have picked up to showcase and to show you how I'm using them in my home for my decoration. I hope I did not shake the mic too much. Okay, so the first thing is, of course, my banana stem. How beautiful. Of course, this is not a weed, but I'm starting out with this because this is something which I just came home half an hour back from my farm, and these extra these stems that were growing around the banana grove were being cut off because they hinder the growth of the rest of the bigger trees. So you, as if you know about banana cultivation, every time there is a plant around it, there are few other, it's a stem propagation, and this is how many banana trees start growing, and these saplings are most of the times cut down. Today I was so heartbroken to see that there were a few of these plants just cut and let down to dry basically. So I just didn't have the heart and I picked two of them, this one and a slightly bigger one. I hope I can show you that as well. So this is the one. So these two I picked up, and I just thought, okay, at least for a couple of days it will be in my home, and I could see them because they are so beautiful and so vibrant and so green, lush green, and I could bring that green into my home. So I'll show you how I'm going to decorate using those pieces. And now for the exciting and interesting part. Look at this. What would you think this is, right? This is actually a reed which was growing around on my farm. This is those pesky weeds that are growing on my farm, which no matter how much you cut down, they keep coming up, and my farm helpers are so sick and tired of it. And the grass, the blades are so sharp that they can't even use it as a fodder for the cattle, so they don't want it either. They don't want even for their cows. So basically it's a nuisance, right? But look at them, how beautiful they are, and these have been there on my farm for the past 4-5 years, and I didn't have the eyes to see this beauty. Can you believe that? So now that I have seen this, I've seen the decoration using the grass, I just had to pick them up. So I had just taken, these are the flowers of the grass, right? And I'll show you how, if you see me picking up and see where this was growing, you will be really surprised. I'll just show you the clip. So this is the beauty I'm also going to show you. I'm just going to cut off this extra, I trim it off and then put it in a vase, and then just show you in a minute what I'll do with that. And next, another weed. I'm telling you, today is all about honoring the weeds. These are again the most, this is like my farm is filled with these. The grass grew so big during this monsoon season, and we were not able to tend to the garden because half the time my farm was flooded. And finally when the rain stopped and we started to get things back into shape, we saw that this was what my farm was covered with. So there are lots and lots of these grass that are growing, and these are the flower, these are the grass basically, and this is the flower of the grass. And once the flower comes, this is the biggest nightmare for any farmer. Once the flowers are there, which means the seeds are going to be dispersed, and it's going to be having a gala time on the farm, growing luxuriously, and it's going to be very difficult to actually control it. So then again I saw beauty in it, and I have plucked just a few, and bought it to use it in my home. So that's another weed for you. And then of course I have my beautiful bamboo. My whole farm is having a live fencing around it. We didn't build a wall, we built a wire fencing, and then we grew a lot of bougainvillea and bamboo on the edges, and the bamboos grew so wildly that now we are having another problem of how to actually keep them in control, right? So these were the bamboo stalks which were cut down, trimmed today and thrown down, and again I picked them up because I just couldn't see them go to waste. And I could see, look at the beauty of the stem, the yellow and the green lines going. It's so pretty. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I just love this. So I have used or taken a few of them and kept along while I was getting back. And what else? do I have to share with you? Oh, look at that. This here is paddy, and now this is not growing on my farm. We went to our native for the Pongal celebration, and I picked some of this because this was ready for harvest, and it was all, you know, all over the fields, and I just had to pick a few of them. These are, you know, paddy with the stalks, the seeds attached here, so I'm going to use them also for my decor. So another thing that I picked up from my native was the sugarcane flowers, and unfortunately it's shedding too much, and I don't think I'll be able to use it for the decor. I think I should have plugged it a little while it was a little immature, you know, not like fully fluffy, and you know, now the seeds are all dispersing everywhere and it's a big mess. So I'm not going to use them for my decor this time. So let's get started and see how I use all of these into my everyday decor in my home, in my city home. So I'll also show you how I'm going to use different pots and planters and vases, so you could actually go and do your own little you know, put your creativity and do it even more beautifully, and do share it with me if you have any more ideas of how you are doing these things and what are the plants you are using. I really hope that I've inspired you to pick up the plants that are actually in your, you know, in your neighborhood, and do not look for exotic things at all. I mean, can anything get more exotic than this? And this is just a weed, right? So I really hope you also start seeing that and do share with me your inspiration. So I'm just going to cut these and then, you know, get them ready for my flower vases. I have a few flower vases here that I'm going to be showcasing. Let me just put a notebook underneath so I don't make a lot of noise. This is a glass table. Okay, so these are some of my flower vases that I have that I'm going to be using to show you how to use these pieces. Okay, so, and this is another one, and I have just picked up a few from here and there. This is my blue pottery flower vase, which I picked it up from my Jaipur trip, and of course this is another one of my glass vase. I had a set of three, one in black, blue and white, so this is another one. And these are this little, you know, these mud pots. I think I got my curd in this once, and that's here with me. This is a wooden vase here, and this is a clay vase, so I'm going to use some of these. I also have for the banana tree saplings, I have a bigger planter that I'll show you how I'm going to put that inside. For the bigger banana plant, I'll show you because it's right there. This is another one which I'm going to use for my banana. So let's start with our you know, the first one. I think this one goes beautifully with in this white vase. That's what I feel. If I could just put them here. Doesn't this look gorgeous? Wow, this is nice. Yes, I like it. How's this one? So this is one of the things that I could do. Let me keep it here for you. Okay, and the next one, let me use this one for my bamboo. So this is something that I cut. Look at that. This is another one. Let me move this aside. And this one too. And I think I will try using this one. This is the one which we have here. Let me just cut off these extra greens. Okay, and let's use this and see how it goes. I think this looks lovely. Yeah, this looks beautiful. I like it. Absolutely gorgeous. So this is another thing that I'm doing. Now I have this flower vase, and let me see what else I've got. So yeah, of course my paddy which has been hanging here. Let me take that. This looks really pretty. I'll put this aside. I think it's blocking the view. Let me put that away. Yeah. So this is the paddy that I got. This is so beautiful, and let's see if we can put them in here and see whether it's working fine. Ah, yes, looks good, doesn't it? Look at this. This is so gorgeous and looks beautiful in this. So I'm going to put this, of course, put this aside. I think some of them need a little bit of organizing. I think they're all falling differently. The stalks are really very delicate, so I'm going to see how I can fix that a little while. And for my banana, I think that's the last one. I think I have this planter here that I'm going to be putting my banana in, and I'll show you in a minute. But before that, for this smaller one, for the smaller pot, for the smaller banana stem, I think I'm going to put it in this. Let's see. I've just lined it up with some newspaper so that it holds the space, and let's see if it goes in. Wow, yes, that's it. Look at that. How beautiful is this, right? So this is my banana, and there's one more banana which I am going to show you. Oops, I'll show you in a minute after I put it in the planter, the corner grass planter. And that's it for today. But once we see that, I will just take you around and show you all of these plants that are, sitting pretty in my home. Okay, so the last one is here. This is my long bamboo stem. So I'm going to put this inside of this and just leave it like this. So this looks really beautiful when you keep it on the ground somewhere where the plant looks so pretty, right? Look at that, it looks beautiful. I was about to cut that stalk, but I think this looks really pretty. So look at that, my reeds are here, my bamboo, another bamboo is here, and my weeds also are here, and my paddies are beautifully sitting on my vase over here. I'll just show you my banana stem. And finally, on a final note, I just want to encourage you to look around your farm, your garden, your neighborhood, and try to find ways in which you can pick something up and bring and beautify your home. So I hope you liked the video, and if you liked it, please don't forget to subscribe and like and share, and do send me your ideas and inspiration for how you can use it. I'll continue to share more as I see and look at different things that are growing on my farm at different times and at different seasons, because as season changes, I think you will you'll agree that there are lots of things, plants and flowers and the blooms, they keep changing. Sometimes it's the foliage which is beautiful. In the autumn season, you see the colors colors change, and you can see the golden hue, the oranges and the yellows, and they are beautiful too. So I keep actually decorating my home using the seasonal things that I can see on my farm. This is the only time I actually took time to actually show it to you, but I've been doing it for a very long time now, because I think that, like they say, nature just inspires you to do and look at things very differently than you would have earlier. So my farm has definitely inspired me to cook differently, to decorate differently, to see things with the different eyes. And I hope I have and these ideas that I have shared today would also help you to also think outside the box and look at things which are really beautiful and bring them home and make them part of your everyday life. So thank you for watching.